and AFC Bournemouth, Arsenal just capitulating to Bournemouth's pressure and losing by 2 goals to 1. It's another defeat for the Gunners ahead as we wind down the Premier League. And I thought the best team won the game, to be honest. You really didn't think that Arsenal, would manage to win that game after their last really attempt on goal had come in the 63rd minute. So really, for the rest of the second half, they really didn't show up. So allow us to test our audios, and we get straight down into that reaction from the Emirates Stadium as Arsenal capitulated yet again to another defeat. Their season is going from promising to worse, I must say. And Mikel Arteta will take a huge blame in as far as today's result goes. Because, I mean, that's how ugly, because that's how bad it's gotten for Arsenal as we wind down the season. Really, it's not looking pretty. Like I said in the preview of our games earlier on today, I did mention that for any team that is still in Europe, they are engaged in any action, their minds, psychologically, mentally, are going to be preoccupied with that. Not that it really showed that much, but again, you felt that Arsenal didn't play with a real intent. Martin Odegaard, although he provided the assist for Declan Rice's goal, he again fell below his standards, conceding possession way too many times. I thought there's a moment where he had to take a shot and he wanted to take more touches on the ball, and then he concedes possession. Those kinds of things really cost Arsenal points. But anyways, let me wait for you guys to join in on the broadcast, and we get it and we try to digest it all there as we did observe it right from the Emirates Stadium there as Arsenal lost by 2 goals to 1 in a game that they had taken the lead in through Declan Rice in the first half. Of course, an equalizer coming through Dinhausen, a very hot cake of a wanted defender, being monitored by Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich. So if you're joining us, do let me know where you're tuning in from. How has been your day? Did you watch that game? Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let's digest it all, because I thought it was that bad a game for Arsenal overall, especially in the second half after dominating. Min Samad, love from Pakistan. Thank you so much, Min Samad. Kindly like the broadcast and consider subscribing if you're new on the channel. Min Samad, welcome to the broadcast and thank you for joining us. I hope you stay with us the length all the way. I can see Dragon Slayer. Hello, says hello. Hello, Dragon Slayer. How are you? Where are you joining us from? Kindly consider liking the broadcast. I'm good, Dragon Slayer. Where are you joining us from? Let's engage, guys. Kindly like the broadcast, and if you're new here, kindly consider subscribing to the channel so that we can continue to grow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can see Dango Bro. I feel bad if you have 15 people watching. Well, we've just started our broadcast, and yeah, and we serve those that do join the broadcast, even if it's 2 people, even if it's 1 person, even if it's 20 people. Yeah, the number of 15 is still low, but let's welcome others to the broadcast. Mitsaman says, where are you from, brother? I'm from Uganda, Kampala, Uganda. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Then I can see Adam says, I'm just scrolling on YouTube. Okay, that's good. That's good. But thank you for joining us. Guys, kindly like the broadcast. Kindly like the broadcast. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Please consider subscribing to the channel. I will listen. You are interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that compliment. Thank you so much for that compliment. For those that are just joining us, kindly like the broadcast. I can see we are 13, but we only have 4 likes on the broadcast. So consider liking the broadcast. Consider subscribing if you're new here, and do us the honors. I think I saw you in a movie. Really? What movie? What movie was that? Mini Samani. What movie was that? Dunk, stay up, stay up. Getting okay. I'm still trying to pronounce your name. Is it Khan or Karan? Is it Yaha? I think it's Yaha Karan. Is that how you pronounce your name? Yaha Karan? Is that how you pronounce your name? Say up. Okay. W. Okay, don't worry. It's all right. It's all right. Apologies if I mispronounced it. Apologies on that. But yeah, guys, like the broadcast. Let me know where you're joining us from. Let's engage. Tell me how has been your day. What sport do you enjoy? I know in Pakistan you guys love a lot of cricket. Is it the only sport you guys play? What other sports do you enjoy? Do you guys enjoy football? Do you enjoy tennis? What you say? Bye. Oh, sorry. It's unfortunate that you're leaving us, but it's all right. Thank you for the time you've been with us. I forgot, bro. Mean Samad. Okay. Maybe I look like somebody you've seen in a movie. You say football. Okay. Yeah. We do here love football, and this is Football Tribe UG. Like I said, my name is Robert Kesakos, and thank you for joining us. And we are looking at that game between Arsenal and Bournemouth. Arsenal have just lost by 2-1. My English is weak. No worries, Minsa man. No worries. English is not my mother tongue as well. We all learn. We all just learn. It's as simple as a language. We all just learn it. Sometimes we make mistakes. It's not our mother tongue, so no issues for me whatsoever. But at least you're writing good English so far, so it's not a problem for me. I more prefer gym. Okay, Dragon says he prefers more being in the gym. I think he's are you an aerobics person? You love going to the gym and that kind of thing. Okay, that's interesting. As somebody said, football. Oh, nice, brother. So, Min Samad, what sport do you enjoy? Do let me know what sport you enjoy. Do you love cricket? Do you love football? Do you love lawn tennis? Is it swimming? Is it basketball? Is it American football? Whatever they call it up there. I know we've had some Brazilians on the channel before who really enjoy. Of course, they enjoy their beach football. They enjoy a bit of volleyball, but mostly beach football and that kind of thing. So, guys, if you're joining us, kindly like the broadcast, kindly consider subscribing if you're new. Tell me what sport you like. Dragon Slayer says, I like football also since I was a kid. Okay, Dragon Slayer, what team do you support? Especially, okay, just let me know the team you support. Min Samad says cricket. Yeah, I'll completely understand. India, Pakistan, is it West Indies? Really love cricket a lot. I know England also do love their cricket, as well as South Africa. They love their cricket pretty much. So, Premier League, yes, Dragon Slayer in the Premier League. What team do you support? Me, I support Arsenal, and we've just lost by 2-1 against Bournemouth. Dean Howson scoring the equalizer, and Evan Nilsson scoring the winning goal for Bournemouth. But Declan Rice had scored to give Arsenal the lead. You say Liverpool. Oh, Dragon Slayer, congratulations. You're the Premier League champions. You won the Premier League for the second time. The first coming in 2019, but combined, it's the 20th league title. So congratulations. Who is your favorite Premier League player? Tell me two things, Dragon Slayer. Who is your current best Premier League player, and who is your favorite Liverpool player of all time? Like even before this current regime of players. Please let me know. Samad says Pakistan always love cricket. Yeah, and they're really good at it. They're really good at it. I must be honest. I like cricket, but I've never come to understand it so much the way you guys like understand it. Of course, the way I understand why you love it. It's a very good sport, but in terms of following it, I do not understand it so much. I'll be open to learn. I do not know much about American players. It's okay. No, I'm asking Dragon Slayer, who is your favorite Liverpool player in this squad? Is it Mo Salah? Is it Dominic Soboslai? Is it Alexander Trent-Arnold? Is it Virgil van Dijk? Is it Alexis McAllister? Is it Ryan Gravenberch? Is it Diego Jota? Is it Alson Ramsey-Becker? Is it you say Mo Salah? You say Mo Salah, of course, the Egyptian international. And then of all time, going back to the likes of Mike Owen, Robbie Fowler, going back to the likes of Steven Gerrard, Jonan Rize, Manuel Pepe Reina. Okay, you say he's a good man. Yes, Mo Salah is a very good man. So besides Mo Salah, when you look at ever since you started supporting Liverpool, who has been your best player ever, really, besides Mo Salah, who was your best player ever? Looking back at the times of Steven Gerrard, Fernando Torres, what was Daniel Agger, Martin Scatel, Yemi Carragher, John Anrize, who was your favorite player? I know you had Suso at one time, although it didn't work out there. He's so good, man. Yeah, indeed, he's so good. So tell me, Dragon Slayer, who is your favorite Liverpool player of all time? Not just in this current squad, but of all time. You've had so many great players. Stephen McManaman. Oh, you said Steven George Gerrard. Yes, very crucial in that 2005 UEFA Champions League winning team, as Liverpool beat AC Milan on penalties to win it after a 3-3 draw in normal time. Steven Gerrard, although they lost that 2007 final, lose by 2-1 against AC Milan still, but very, very good team. I did like Steven George Gerrard. I'm not a Liverpool fan. Like I said, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I did appreciate him really much as a player in that midfield. Really, really decent player for Liverpool. So your current favorite player is Mo Salah, and your favorite all-time player for Liverpool is Steven Gerrard. We had hoped he would come back and maybe be a manager, but things didn't work out for him well. When he was at Aston Villa, after he had left Rangers, he went in the Saudi Pro League at Al Ittihad. Again, it didn't really work out well. I do not know where he currently is, but yeah, very, very good player during his time and legend. Do we have any Manchester United fan on the channel? Any Arsenal fans on the channel, on the broadcast? Guys, let me know. Invite others to join the broadcast. I see we have now dropped. We are now just 4, but we will continue to engage. No worries, no worries. But Arsenal just capitulated again. Their season, their Premier League meltdown does continue, and Mikel Arteta will only have himself to blame, because first of all, he took so long to make the changes. I thought that's what I felt. He took too long to make the changes that he needed to make when they were still in it, or when they even still led. Then he brought on Mikel Merino for Declan Rice. I do not think the decision to bring on Mikel Merino was wrong. Do you play for any team? I'm not a football player, but I did play a bit of amateur football. But currently, I'm not a football player. I'm just a YouTuber. I do YouTube. I love football. That's what I talk about here. But I do not play for any team currently. Dragon Slayer, do you play some football? Do you play for maybe that side? Are you a football player yourself currently? So like I was saying, Mikel Arteta withdrawing Declan Rice, completely understandable given the you say for fun. Yeah, I also did play for fun. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, football is a very interesting game. You get to, do a bit of running, sweat a bit, and have a good time with your colleagues. That kind of football. Although even that kind of football for fun, I've not played it in a while. I think I last played it during the COVID-19 lockdowns. Yes, around 2020, 21 there. During that time, that's when I last played that kind of football. So it's been quite a while for me. We understood why he withdrew Declan Rice, because they do have a crucial fixture on Wednesday against PSG in the return leg. But withdrawing him for Mikel Merino in the midfield didn't seem like the right decision. It didn't really work out well. When Mikel Merino came on, he didn't have that kind of impact. Guys, if you're just joining us, kindly consider liking the broadcast. Do let me know where you're joining us from and what team do you support. I'm interested in knowing what team do you support, because whether in the Premier League, whether in the Spanish La Liga, whether in the Italian Serie A, whether in the German Bundesliga, whether in the French League One, whether in Scotland, whether in your own country, teach me about your clubs. Yesterday I had some people, some fans or some people joining us from India, but we did not get the chance to speak about the teams that they love. But they said they do love football also in India, really, really that much. So I'd be interested in hearing from you. Then the other changes he made was withdrawing Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, and Ben White. Again, those changes really came late. They really came late. Those players could hardly have any impact. It came at a time when Bournemouth were basically doing game management to see out their victory. Arsenal failed to defend in the set pieces because the equalizer they conceded against Dinhausen, who rose a high over Declan Rice, was a long throw in, then a corner kick that they failed to defend, and then Evan Nilsson converted that in. Maybe David Raya could have done better, but again, it was a bit too chaotic and congested for him to see that. You say, oh, nice, yeah. Thank you, Dragon Slayer. So in that way, it did not really work out. Overall, after the first 15 minutes or 20 minutes of the first half, of the second half, you felt that Bournemouth got more of the ball. They controlled the tempo of the game. They decided how they wanted to play. They really pressed Arsenal. They limited Arsenal going forward. Arsenal's last shot on goal came in the 63rd minute. I think that was an attempt by Bukayo Saka down the left side when he made that run down in there and that kind of thing. So you felt that in the end, Bournemouth were the deserved winners. That will put more pressure on Mikel Arteta, although they remain second in the Premier League table. Their next game will be against Newcastle. I think away to Liverpool and then Newcastle and then play Southampton to complete their season. But today was just a bad day in office for them. They really didn't look good at all. If that's the kind of game that Thomas Partey is going to play in midweek against PSG, who by the way rested 10 of their players in their weekend game, I mean, I do not think they will have the chance to bounce back from that 1-0 defeat in the first leg. I mean, Thomas Partey needs to self-impose in the midfield more than he did today. I thought it was an average performance for him. Not that he really put so many feet wrong, but he will need to do much better than that. Like I said, Martin Odegaard, still the average him. Not to say that he's entirely to blame, but things are really not clicking for him. They're not happening for him. Things did not really happen for Bukayo Saka on the day. They did happen for Gabriel Martinelli in the second half, although he was the one troubling that Bournemouth defense in the first half. Dinhausen was quite good in that Bournemouth backline, and I do now understand why teams are interested in signing him. Milos Kakes created all sorts of troubles for Arsenal down that right flank. I floated in a couple of balls. One that he tried creating one for Evan Nilsson, but it went beyond his reach, that kind of thing. So Lewis Cook, Tyler Adams in that midfield, I thought was good. He really did a good job. Dango Ouattara gave us in a bit of trouble. Justin Kluivert, things did not really happen for him until he was withdrawn for Antoine Semenyo, who I thought sort of gave us Bournemouth a bit of more drive, a breath of fresh air and new spirit when he came on. Marcus Tavernier, I thought he had a very decent game, and overall the result for me is really telling of what really transpired on the pitch, that Bournemouth were the deserving team to win that game. So guys, if you're just joining us, like the broadcast, kindly consider subscribing to the channel and let me know what team do you support. Let me know what team do you support. But with that victory, it means Bournemouth now have 53 points in 8th place, where they've moved, and they set their sights on a potential qualification for European football next season, as far as depending on how things do go. Because if let's say no, but yeah, in contention, especially for, I think the UEFA Conference League, there, if just go on to win it, so they're in contention for European football. Earlier on, Aston Villa did just enough to win by a goal to nil against Fulham. That goal scored by Yuri Tillemans, which left them in 7th place with 60 points. Although Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, and Newcastle are yet to play their games, Newcastle will be looking to win their game against Brighton and Hove Albion tomorrow, and if they do win it, it will leave them just 2 points behind Arsenal, who they have a date with coming up really soon. So that's after the Liverpool game. Arsenal will have to give Liverpool a guard of honor. I think that will make Dragon Slayer really happy when Arsenal go to Anfield and give Liverpool a guard of honor, as possibly they get handed the Premier League title or trophy on that day when Arsenal travel to Anfield. I hope those are the plans that they do have at the moment. So, I mean, like I said, Mikel Arteta will only have himself to blame for everything that did not go right in today's game, especially not in the team selection, but in, like I said, in the late substitutions, in the substitution of Declan Rice for Mikel Merino. I understand why Declan Rice had to be withdrawn, but I thought maybe you could have used a player like Zinchenko to be brought on. Maybe you could have had Ethan Nwaneri come on a bit much earlier. Maybe and that kind of expectation. For me, Raheem Sterling is not really a thing. He does fall below average or below standard for as far as I've watched him play this season. So, but Liverpool are in action tomorrow on Super Sunday. They are up against Chelsea. That game will be coming to us at, I think, 6:30 East African time. It will be the late kickoff, but in the early kickoffs, at 4 p.m., we will have Brentford at the GTEC Stadium hosting Manchester United. Brighton and Hove Albion will be at home against Newcastle. West Ham United will be in a London derby against Tottenham Hotspur. Now, if West Ham United do want to win another game in the Premier League this season, I think Tottenham is a team for them to beat, because Tottenham just capitulates literally to any team that they do find in their way this season. So that's as far as tomorrow's games are concerned. But elsewhere, in today's results, Atletico Madrid were forced in a goalless draw by Deportivo Alvarez at home. Villarreal beat up against Osasuna by 4-2. Villarreal do have a player in Alex Baina, who is a Manchester United target. He did provide an assist to Nicolas Pepe for their 4th goal. In today's game, Nicolas Pepe completing 2 assists and a goal in today's fixture. What's his name? Perez. I forget his other name. Perez, formerly at Newcastle. For those of you that do remember his name, yes, Ayoze Perez. Yes, Ayoze Perez. Ayoze Perez in today's game did score 2 goals. He scored the first goal in the 2nd minute, and then scored in the 39th minute. And then Nicolas Pepe was also on target, did provide 2 assists. Dani Parejo provided the assist for the first goal to Ayoze Perez, and then I think Nicolas Pepe there, possibly the man of the match. And then as Villarreal completed that victory 4-2 over Osasuna, Las Palmas lost to Valencia by 3-2. And in the coming few minutes, Barcelona are going to be up against Rayo Vallecano, that game kicking off at 10 p.m. East African time. In the Italian Serie A, Napoli completed a 1-0 victory over Lecce, which puts them now 6 points clear at the summit of the Scudetto of the Italian Serie A. Then Como also beat up against Parma by 1-0. Como, under the charges of Francesco Sola Fabregas. Udinese beat up against Cagliari by 2-1, while Inter Milan are in action against Hellas Verona, that game in the 5th minute as we speak. Let me see here. Of course, Romelu Lukaku had a goal cancelled by VAR, that is in the 2nd minute, but in the 24th minute, Raspadori did score the only goal that saw Napoli win today's game. Napoli, very decent side there. They do have Scott McTominay, a former Manchester United player, in their ranks. They do have Leonardo Spinazzola in that side. They do have Bill Gilmore, formerly at Brighton and Chelsea, although he did not start that game. Giacomo Raspadori, who scored the goal. Romelu Lukaku, a player really loved by Antonio Conte, who is the manager there at Napoli. So very, very interesting things from there. In the German Bundesliga, before I let you guys go, the Hoffenheim and Borussia Mönchengladbach were involved in a 4-all draw, while Bayern Munich has shared the spoils with RB Leipzig in a 3-all draw. VfB Stuttgart beat up against St. Pauli by 1-0, while Werder Bremen and Union Berlin were in a 1-all draw, while Borussia Dortmund beat up against VfB Wolfsburg by 4-0 in that game. So quite interesting stuff. But Bayern Munich there do lead the table with 67 points on their way to lifting the German Bundesliga. Bayer Leverkusen in second place at 67 points, and then Eintracht Frankfurt 55 points in third place, Dortmund at 51 points in fourth place, Freiburg, Leipzig, Mainz proceed there in as far as that table is concerned. But in the Italian Serie A, like I said, Inter Milan need to win today's game if they are to close that gap on Napoli. But remember, Inter Milan are back in action next week in the UEFA Champions League in the return leg against Barcelona. The first leg ended in a 3-all draw, while Arsenal on Wednesday will be up against PSG. That game, PSG won by 1-0. They'll be looking to even do more damage, which I think they will do to this Arsenal side. I really thought if today's game is anything to go by, then they won't have a chance against PSG. They did not play with the zeal. They did not play with the energy and the intensity that was required. I do not know whether they were reserving energy, but that goes without saying that if today's game is anything to go by, then they won't have a chance to against PSG when they meet at Parc des Princes, even when they will have Thomas Partey at the pivot of that midfield. Like I said, during the course of this particular broadcast, if Thomas Partey does put on the performance that he put on today in that defeat against Bournemouth, then Arsenal will really cause no harm against Paris Saint-Germain. Then, of course, Declan Rice will need more gas than the one he used today to run today when they meet PSG next week. While Martin Odegaard will need to pull his socks. He will want that for whatever form he's lacked in the last couple of 2-3 months, the gods should give it back to him in that game if Arsenal are to bounce back. Will they bounce back? At this stage, I do not think so. But let's wait and see when we do the preview in the course of the week for that particular fixture. Then, like I said, I'll look out for that action tomorrow. Manchester United, I'll be interested in hearing from you fans what you will make of the game, whether you think you can go to Brentford and win. Brentford just beat up against Nottingham Forest this week on Thursday by 2-0. So a bit of a difficult game for you there. Anyways, allow me to wrap it here and wish you guys a wonderful rest of the night. Catch you guys tomorrow in another live broadcast, possibly to discuss tomorrow's games and much more. But stay blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.